Hello everybody, Pierce the Great 112 here, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now, wow, this music is loud.
Hey Google, turn it down. Hey Google.
I am in Jacksonville, at my mom's house, and I am on the computer. Now, as you can see here, if you might see down there, it's a bit blurry, it says Magic Duels. If you guys have heard of the Magic the Gathering card thing, well, there's now a game on the computer. Oh wow, it has a story mode. It's got a battle mode, card collection. But yes, this is the Magic the Gathering, or as Steam calls it, Magic Duels. It's a free game on Steam. If you guys are interested in maybe downloading it. I haven't tried it out yet. I just got to town like 2 or 3 hours ago. I think that's about right. Maybe 3 or 4 hours ago.
I'm not trying to be mean, but it makes noise.
But yeah. So let's start with the story
Magic
mode.
is power. It has the capacity to create and destroy, manipulate and transform. It can shatter the very laws that govern each world. The infinite planes of the multiverse are home to countless mages. Yet for all their mastery over their craft, they are each bound to their own planes of reality, blind to the true vastness of the multiverse. But some mages are born with a potential for more. The spark, this gift, realized only upon facing a great ordeal. Once ignited, it allows the mage to travel between planes and draw from each plane's magic to reach heights of power otherwise impossible to achieve. They can begin their journey as a planeswalker.
That's cool. Skill quest, the basic. Learn the basics of magic to prepare you for the adventures ahead and unlock story mode, where you can uncover the origins of powerful planeswalkers. Play skill quests, and we will earn 30 coins. Are you guys excited for me to play this? Because I know I am. Should we start? Should we start? Yes, we should. There's no reason you've been asking if we should. Continue. There shall be gamer versus training.
Welcome to Magic Duels. You are a planeswalker, a powerful mage, dueling across the myriad worlds of the multiverse.
Oh, that's cool, I guess.
Your story starts with these skill quests. Challenges designed to hone your skills and prepare you for combat. If you'd like to replay a skill quest, you can do so from the Help and Options menu.
Okay.
Each player starts with a shuffled deck of cards called a library. Your library contains the creatures and other spells you'll need to defeat your foe.
Sounds good.
Each turn, you draw a card from your library into your hand. Only you can see the cards in your hand.
And I don't know if it tells you guys this, but every time you start a game, you start out with about 7 cards in your hand.
You win the game by reducing your opponent's life total from 20 to 0.
Yep.
Zoom in on any card by moving the cursor over it, and while zoomed in on a card, you can learn more about its abilities in the More Info box on the right. Zoom out by scrolling the mouse wheel down to complete. Good job! You can zoom in on cards anywhere to learn more about them.
Okay, now are we going through the whole...
In this skill quest, you'll learn how to attack with your creatures to reduce your opponent's life total. A creature deals damage equal to its power, the first number in the lower right corner. When a creature attacks, it becomes tapped or turns sideways. This shows it's been used for the turn. Your tapped cards will untap at the start of your turn. To complete this skill quest, finish off your opponent this turn.
Okay.
For each creature you want to attack with, click and drag it to your opponent. You can attack with all your creatures by clicking Attack with All. After you've chosen which creatures to attack with,
Look at that, we won.
excellent! Attacking with your creatures is one of the surest ways to win.
Easy.
In the next skill quest, you'll learn how to defend yourself from your opponent's attacks. Your untapped creatures can block your opponent's attacking creatures. A blocked creature won't deal damage to you. Instead, it will deal damage to the creature that blocked it, and your creature will deal damage to the attacking creature. A creature is destroyed if it's dealt damage in a single turn equal to its toughness, the second number in the lower right corner. To complete this skill quest, survive your opponent's turn, and then win the game on your turn. To block an incoming attack, click and drag one of your creatures to the attacking creature you want to block. Once you've selected all the creatures you want to block with, click Confirm Block. Because you have only 6 life, the crawworm is strong enough to take you out. Make sure you block it. First, choose your goblin piker. Then your untapped creatures can block your... To complete this skill quest, survive... To block an incoming attack, click and drag one of your creatures to the attacking creature you... Great job! By blocking the more dangerous creature, you survived the assault. Now it's your turn. First, play the land card you just drew. Playing more lands allows you to cast more powerful spells. Now attack and win the game.
Watch how this person like doesn't block.
Excellent. Remember, only untapped creatures can block. Now that you've seen creatures attacking and blocking, let's find out how to summon them to the battlefield. To cast a spell, you need mana, the magical energy produced by your lands. Each of your lands produces 1 mana when it taps or turns sideways. Tapping shows a card's been used for the turn. To see a spell's mana cost, look in the top right corner of the card. For example, Elvish Warrior's mana cost is 2 green mana. To cast Lightning Elemental, you need 1 red mana. Your mountain produces that. You also need 3 other mana of any kind. Any lands can be tapped to produce this 3 mana. After you cast a creature spell, that creature goes to the battlefield. Creatures can't attack on the turn they're summoned. This is called summoning sickness, and it's indicated by a swirling effect. A creature with summoning sickness can still block incoming attacks. A few creatures have an ability called haste. Creatures with haste aren't affected by summoning sickness. In this skill quest, we'll start on your opponent's turn. To complete it, win the game on your next turn. Your Elvish Warrior can't block this turn because it's tapped. The creature your opponent just summoned can't attack this turn, but it will be able to block on your next turn. You can summon creatures to the battlefield from your hand by casting creature spells. To cast a spell in your hand, click on it. Well done! All your tapped cards, including lands and creatures, will untap at the start of your next turn, ready to be used again. For completing this skill quest, you've earned some coins. After you finish Gideon's campaign, you can spend coins in the store to purchase booster packs containing new cards for your collection.
Nice to know. A small group of street toughs known as Pythians and regulars. Together, who act as a force for justice and charity in the slums, while raiding an Akron East State who you draw the attention of the city guards. Okay, let's start this duel.
Some creatures have flying, which lets them soar above the battlefield. Flying creatures can be blocked only by other flying creatures, or by creatures with reach. On defense, a creature with flying can block any attacking creature, either one with flying or one without. Creature cards have icons on the left side that indicate special abilities like flying. Complete this skill quest by surviving your opponent's assault and winning on your next turn. Great work! White and blue decks often use flying creatures for an aerial assault that's hard to block.
Sorry about her. In Magic Duels, they'll blow. They blow when you are able to use them. If you are stuck, you want to do a hit arrow will appear after a couple of seconds.
Okay, sit. Don't move.
Okay. So let's do this.
Right. Sweetheart,
we're doing about 4 damage.
Hey! Piper.
Are you serious? You're trying to... Gotta be kidding me. Okay, we're doing 2 to laptop. He goes down to 15.
go. Calm it down, guys. Like,
Okay, so...
in my room. It's really late, and I really just don't want to. Okay. You guys gonna have fun in your room. Go have fun in your room.
Let's go.
How's the magic?
It's going good.
Do you really need the headphones for it?
No.
Oh, you're good. Oh, you're good. Wait. Why not?
Let's do whoever. case I'm willing to do so. 3, 5, 8, 10 damage. Grimy boy. All of that he can't block, so he's gonna be going down to 9. Ooh, boys. That must have hurt. And I win. And I got 10 coins. Little bit. Oops, and I accidentally started it. Well, okay. Get that continue button.
A turn in Magic is broken into several phases. At the start of your turn, you'll untap all your tapped cards and draw a card. There are 2 main phases, one before combat and one after. Most spells can be cast only during one of your main phases. If a card in your hand is glowing, it means you can cast that spell or play that land. You've already seen the combat phase, when creatures attack and block. All damage dealt to creatures heals at the end of the turn. After that, the next turn begins. This skill quest starts in your first main phase. A Darkslick Drake stands between your Elvish warrior and victory. Find a way to attack and win this turn.
Cheeky move. I like it. I like being cheeky. Oh, crap, I have to confirm the attack. And then I'll win. Cheeky. Now the training card goes down. And I'm the
Good
boss.
job! Casting the right spell at the right time can be the difference between defeat and victory.
Hey, let's go. We won.
Well, you won on the first turn, so I guess it would be quick, huh?
Instants are tricky and can be cast at any time. On your turn, on your opponent's turn, even during combat. After you cast an instant, it has an effect on the game and then is put into the graveyard. For example, you could cast an instant after blockers have been chosen, but before combat damage has been dealt. In this skill quest, your opponent has 6 life. Find a way to win this turn.
Let's go. We're gonna win this. You did not just think you did.
You can cast Giant Growth before your opponent blocks. However, that just tells your opponent which of your creatures will be big enough to win the game.
No.
Try wait. Instants are tricky and can be cast at any time, on your turn, on your opponent's turn, even during combat. After you cast an instant, it has an effect on the game, and then is put into the graveyard. For example, in this skill quest, your opponent has 6 life. Find a way to win this turn.
We're out of my room.
You can cast Giant Growth before your opponent blocks. However, that just tells your opponent which of your creatures will be big enough to win the game. Try waiting until after your opponent declares blockers. Instants are tricky and can be... In this skill quest, your opponent has 6 life. Find a way to...
Once you choose one of those guys, it increases damage, right?
Yeah, but I have to do that after.
When you increase his damage before you attack or something? I think that's what it's trying.
No, it's telling me that
Well, you saw the main
that when this person tries to block my attacks, I can use this to increase his attack. That's what it's saying.
Looks like it's gonna make you do it. Maybe you pick one of them and use the weaker one to kill that guy.
I've tried doing that already. I can't. This is the same thing I always do.
You can cast Giant Growth before your opponent blocks. However, that just tells your opponent which of your creatures will be big enough to win the game. Try waiting until after your opponent declares blockers.
Then I don't know how I'm supposed to do that.
Instants are tricky and can be cast at any time, on your turn, on your opponent's turn, even during combat. After you cast an instant, it has an effect on the game, and then is put into the graveyard. For example, you could cast an instant after blockers have been chosen, but before combat damage has been dealt. In this skill quest, your opponent has 6 life. Find a way to win this turn. can cast giant growth before your opponent blocks.
Oh my god.
However, that just tells your opponent which of your creatures will be big enough to win the game. Instants are tricky and can be cast at any time, on your turn, on your opponent's turn, even during in this skill quest, your opponent has...
Okay, everybody. I think I'm gonna end this video here because I don't want to spend another 12 minutes trying to actually figure this out. So, if you liked this video, please like, and for those of you who haven't, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed this, leave a comment down below if you want me to do more of this, if it was fun. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.